I never had an opportunity to meet her, but I do know how much Senator Obama loved her, looked up to her. She was his rock. She was such an inspiration in his life. If you read his first book, In Dreams of My Father, he talks so much about her inspiration. And of course, when he made the decision to stay in Hawaii, when his mother went back overseas, he said because he knew his grandmother would be there and to help him. She put him through school. She raised money like his grandfather to make sure that he had a decent education. And I'm sure, you know, the Obama family tonight are in deep mourning, but there's an old scripture that I'm sure that he knows, and that's weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And tomorrow is the day that Senator Obama will remember that his grandmother and grandfather, his mother, prepared him for.
Certainly true. Bill, what goes through your mind at a sad moment like this?
I thought personally I was raised, Wolf, by a mother and a grandmother. I dedicated my PhD dissertation to my grandmother. You know, I was thinking, as Donna was talking there, just that last sentiment, it's too bad that it couldn't have gone at least another day, given what may well happen tomorrow. But I wonder if somewhere in his own mind he might be able to get some solace in thinking that now that's the prelude, that part of my life is over. And tomorrow, perhaps, a whole new life begins for him. All that preparation that Donna was talking about, and it all comes tomorrow, perhaps in unbelievable realization and fulfillment.
Yeah, and I'm sure he would. You remember, Donna, when he got that nomination at the Democratic Convention in Denver. I believe it was then that he dedicated that speech that he was going to give to his grandmother because of the role she played in bringing him up. And you know, I pointed this out just a few moments ago when I interviewed him Friday in Iowa, and I raised the issue about his grandmother. You could see that he knew how awful the situation was, how I guess he was comforted in the fact he went out there and did have a little time with her before she passed away. I can only imagine, if he had not done that, how he would be feeling so much worse right now, knowing that his grandmother had died as she did on the eve, potentially, as we say, of his election, potentially as President of the United States. It's a sad story. So what does he do now? He's supposed to do, Donna, have a rally in the 6 p.m. Eastern hour. Does he cancel that? Does he speak about her grandmother? I mean, these are tough questions, tough decisions he has to make.
Well, Senator Obama is a man of enormous personal strength and inner convictions, and I'm sure that he will find it in his soul and his spirit to continue on. This has been a very long journey. For Senator Obama, who many of us know came out of nowhere just a few years ago. And he's now in the lead in terms, if you believe the polls, and I do. And I think that tonight he is going to continue to dedicate this journey to his grandmother and many other grandmothers and grandfathers and so many others who have made this journey possible. So look for Senator Obama to find it in himself. And I know when he took time off to go off to Hawaii to see her, that was the right move to make. So many of us in politics and public life understand what it is to sacrifice, and some of the things you give up is, of course, and Bill knows this, is that you give up time with your family, but he made time to go and see her and say his goodbyes, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure he was comforted in knowing that. That rally, by the way, Bill, is supposed to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're getting some guidance that it looks like it's still going to go forward, and I guess the argument could be made, this is what his grandmother would want him to do at this point, try to wrap it up as best as he can.
Well, you've had grandmothers, Wolf. I've had grandmothers. Don't they all have the same message, which is work hard, study hard, and make something of yourself? Well, pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good. He could deliver that tonight and just report what she taught him and let the crowd take the rest. It's sure, he should go on with it, and obviously he will pay tribute to her. But, all grandmothers can identify with the success and that her message has gotten across to her grandson.
And all grandchildren can identify with him right now because I don't think there are any grandchildren out there who don't love their grandparents. Grandparents play special roles in the lives. But in his particular case, with his father basically gone from his life, and his mother having spent a couple of years basically gone, it was his two grandparents out there both from Kansas originally, but out in Hawaii, that spent all that time making sure he was doing his homework, he was studying, enabling him eventually to wind up at Columbia University and at Harvard Law School, where he was the president of the Harvard Law Review. Those are not easy accomplishments, as all of us know, and he, he could credit his grandparents for helping him get to that level, and I'm sure he's thinking about all that right now.
Well, we still, with all respect, want to beat him, in the election tomorrow. But my goodness, she prepared him very, very well. They have to be in heaven very, very proud of this young man. What a fabulous job they did, and what a great example he is to kids, white and black, all over the country in so many ways, win or lose.